Everybody, welcome back to another video and welcome to Outdoor Adventures Canada. That's right, education for the great outdoors. On today's video, we are making Bacorn, bacon and corn recipe inspired by Chef John over at foodwishes.com. I'm going to post a link to that particular video in the description below. So if you enjoy cooking, camping, you're going to want to stick around for this. And this is not just camping, but let's say, wife number one comes up to you and says, I have a thing at work and I have to bring something for like a potluck. This is going to be the perfect thing to bring for that potluck. She will get probably a promotion or a raise. Well, I can't guarantee that, but you never know. All right, anyway, let's get started. So what are you going to need for this? Well, obviously, just like the recipe says, you're going to need some bacon. We're going to chop that up into some fine pieces, and we're going to render that down. And of course, the other part of Bacorn is you're going to need a can of corn. Now, I know you're like, we're inside and you're going, well, Jeff, how is this camping and outdoors? Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a beautiful day out here today. It's sunny, it's warm, but I'll tell you, the wind where I am right now is just brutal. It's like 50-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts, possibly 60, and it just the recording, all you'd hear is wind, and I don't want to do that, so I don't want to do this twice. I can only eat so much. All right, what else are we going to need? We're going to need some heavy cream, or if you're here up north of the border, it's whipping cream. What else? I got some butter. Don't know if I'm going to need it, but we'll see. Cheese. Use what you like. I'm using a cheddar and pizza mozzarella blend. It's already pre-shredded, so saves me some time. We've got that going on. And it's a really pretty simple recipe. Got some seasoning, we've got some pepper, we got some salt, got some garlic powder. Now if you want to add real garlic to this, go right ahead. You want to add sea salt to it, you want a freshly ground black pepper, you go right ahead. This is what I happen to have. And something I picked up here from Kingsford, the charcoal people, they have their line of rubs and spices, so I just picked up an AP, an all-purpose seasoning, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to go too heavy on it, but you know what? Flavor's flavor, right? All right, so pretty much it. It's like I said, it's a pretty simple recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dice up my ham. Dice up my ham. Well, it is a ham, but we're going to dice up some bacon, crack open the can of corn, open the bag of cheese, open the bag of cream, and then we're going to get to cooking. Now, what am I using to cook this? Well, normally I love the cast iron pan. This would go right on the campfire. This is a great recipe for dinner out on the camp. But here's the thing: where I am right now, we have very, very dry, and I mean, as you can tell, windy conditions. If you see the camera doing this, it's the wind blowing the base camper around. That's not just me moving; that's the wind, folks. So very dry, hot, windy conditions is perfect for forest fires, and that is exactly what we are experiencing right now. So there's a burn ban. No open fires. No, wow, it's really moving around. Sorry, guys. No open flame, no fires, no barbecues, which means no charcoal, no wood burning smokers or barbecues. The only thing we can use is propane. So another reason I'm inside is we're going to use the butane stove with the cast iron to do this recipe. But just remember, this can be done, and I personally, if I had the chance, I would do it on the campfire. The other thing that this would work for is your Dutch oven. If you have a Dutch oven available and you like using that, this recipe is going to go perfect for that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some prep here ahead of time, and we'll come back, show you how it all goes together. Oh yeah, bacon, baby. All right, I've got a package of bacon in there, just under a package of bacon, because I did use some for breakfast. And it's going to render down its pieces. It's going to be a lot less than what you see right now, but that's step one. We'll come back for step two. All right, everybody, once again, I forgot to hit the record button, so we missed a couple of steps. So if you're looking, you'll see that I've already added the corn to the bacon. You cook your bacon to the desired doneness that you like. I don't like it crispy, but I do like it cooked. Then I added the corn in. Excuse me. I added the corn in so that we could get some caramelization on the corn. And then, which I did mention at the beginning, I had a bag of mixed vegetables that I brought with me and totally forgot that I had it until I started cooking. So I added some of that. There's onion, celery, carrot, and peppers in that mix. So, like I said, I'm going to put the link to the original recipe down below in the description. So give Chef John a click and a like on his video. And also, if you like this kind of video and this kind of content that I'm putting out, please go ahead, give us a thumbs up. Click the like button, and not the like button. Sorry, guys. I'm having a gray moment. Yeah, that's what happens when you're out camping. Your brain shuts down, and you just kind of concentrate on the important things like cooking and eating and surviving. Hit the subscription bell, hit the notification bell, the subscription button, and a thumbs up so that you can help us by helping to grow the channel, and it'll give me the incentive to upload new videos and more often. So we are just about ready here. What I'm trying to do, the vegetables obviously were frozen, so they do have some water in there. What I'm trying to do is just cook out some of the moisture out of the vegetables. There's really not a lot of oil, bacon fat left. That was pretty much rendered out. But what we can do is we're going to cut off some paper towel here, and we're going to push everything off to the side. Okay. Then, very carefully, because we know that this cast iron is going to be hot, we're going to tilt the cast iron, and we're going to soak up some of that leftover grease. Okay, well, doesn't work if let's slide everything over this direction. There we go. So now we can just lift up. We don't have to hold it. Excellent. Perfect. 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 Still leaves a little bit in there. Okay. Oh, smells great. All right, so at this point, I'm not going to add a lot of salt. I am going to add a little bit of salt because we have the salt from the bacon. We're going to do some pepper. Excuse me. Some garlic powder. Like I said, if you have fresh garlic you want to add in, go right ahead. And we're going to try this new original all-purpose seasoning from Kingsford. Just a little bit, just some added flavor. But if you put your spices in that you like, I know if you go check out the original recipe, he likes to use cayenne pepper. I'm okay with it. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn this down a little bit. Because as you know, cast iron retains the heat, so it's going to take a while to come down. But now that we've got our seasoning, our veggies mixed in and cooked, our bacon's cooked, let's go ahead and add our cream to it. I have a just one of these 473 milliliter containers. And I'm probably going to put about 3/4 of it in there. All right. Dry out here, folks. Turn that a little bit here. Now, our cream is, maybe we'll just turn it up just a wee little bit here. I just want to get the cream thickened up, a little bit of a boil on the cream. Get some bubbles happening in there. There we go. You can see some bubbling here. Plus the cream is cold and we want to bring everything back up to temperature. As you guys know, if you add things to a hot meal or to a hot pan, the temperature is going to drop down, so we want to bring it all back up to a medium-high heat. Now, for those of you that have concerns about making sure your meals are cooked properly when you're out camping, hey, I share the same concern. You know, you're dealing with bacon, but you're cooking it to a point where you don't have to worry about any kind of issues. Best thing to do, folks, is don't bring fresh bacon. I know it's easy to stop at the store, throw it in the fridge the night before, and then when you go camping, do yourself a big favor, freeze it. Bring it with you when you're camping, throw it in your cooler. It stays frozen. Helps to keep the rest of your food cold. Okay? All right. We've got our cream is bubbling now. It's going to start thickening up again. The cheese is going to help thicken it as well. So at this point, we're going to turn the heat off. And I'm going to add my cheese. You add whatever flavor of cheese you like. And I like a cheesy dish. So let's stir this in. The cheese is going to melt. Now, if you have access, if you're doing this at home and you have an oven, once you've got this done and the cheese is all melted in, you could put a layer on top and throw it in the oven and under the broiler for a couple of minutes and get that nice brown, cheesy, crusty top on it. And there you have it, folks. I think I might have put just a wee little bit too much cream in here, but that's okay. It is very edible. I'm not going to complain at all. So, there it is. Come in for a closer look. There you have it. Bacorn done on the butane stove, but like I said, best to do it. Oh, sorry, folks. There we go. Now we know what we're talking about. Okay, so yeah, we don't have the luxury of a campfire, so we're gonna let this sit for a little bit. It's gonna thicken up even more. It's gonna cool down, and then we're gonna go in for the taste. And oh, it's good. I've done this many times. It is a meal, and like I said, if you want to, double it, if you're taking it for a potluck, this is even a meal on its own. You don't need to do this as a side. However, you could serve it as a side dish. It's, you do what you like to do. There you have it. Another recipe from Outdoor Adventures. And hey, you probably learned a thing or two. Stick around for the next outdoor adventure. Talk to you later.